Hi guys, and welcome back to From a Basement on the Shire. It's my beautiful wife. She'll be sitting in again. Probably going to be a regular thing, if I think about it. It's nice to have you here.
Thanks, it's nice to be here.
Love you, babe.
Love you too.
I know, laugh all you want at the little emoji on the front, but dude, this is supposed to be pretty killer. I'll tell you why. This is the Omnipollo. That's who makes it. It's their AON Pecan Mud Bourbon Barrel Aged. Again, that was the Pecan Mud Bourbon Barrel Aged. It was the first shipment to the U.S. It's actually from Sweden. So I'm really excited to try this, especially for what I had to pay for 2 bottles. Anyway, it's not the cheapest stuff in the world, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's got a funny little emoji guy here on the front, sticking his tongue out. There is the non-bourbon barrel aged one. It's got a different cover, it's got a different face. I'm not sure if they do that per year or if it is per bourbon barrel aged versus non-bourbon barrel aged. But this should be a pretty good imperial stout to try. Well, let's open it up and find out, right?
This looks like one of those little characters. You know, there was Mr. Smile and...
It kind of reminded me of Mr. Yuck.
Well, if he was green, yeah, that'd be a...
Right?
That'd be a pretty...
I mean, a little bit. Obviously not with the smile. Mr. Yuck didn't have a smile.
No. No, there's...
That'd be weird if he did.
There's, what are they? Like Little Miss Sunshine. Did you ever know Little Miss Sunshine?
No.
I'll have to show you.
I know the movie.
No, that's different.
Alright.
If any of you guys have ever seen the little characters, Little Miss Sunshine, tell me, doesn't that kind of look like the Mr. Sunshine or Mr. Happy or whatever his name was? I'll show you.
That is beautiful. I'm just going to stop it right there. I don't think you guys can see that, but that is, like, you can't see my, that is black. There's no brown about that. That's black.
I find it funny that right after...
Looks like it's going to be sweet just by the pour. I know the regular one has 60 IBUs. I don't know about this one. As far as ratings go, this is one of the highest rated beers I've seen among both Rate Beer and Beer Advocate. Rate Beer is pulling in an overall of 100 with a style of 97. With a 4.2 rating out of 5 stars for 248 ratings. Beer Advocate brings it in at 95, which so far has been the highest rated that we've actually done on the show. Obviously, I'm not going to do any of the bourbon counties, guys, because, I mean, one, they sold out. Alright? Yeah, I said it. They sold out.
That is so thick. I have a feeling this is going to be quite delicious.
Yeah, it's going to be sweet. I do get a bourbon county here and there, but
maybe we'll show you our collection
like,
at some point.
Yeah, it's not like how they used to make them. So anyway, aside from that, you'll find those at the top of all the lists. But anyway, this is pretty tops right here. Otherwise, it had 4.45 out of 49 reviews, obviously because it hasn't been stateside too long for Beer Advocate. So this is going to be pretty phenomenal, I think. Really not much of a head on it.
Last time you got to meet Luna, or Duchess, this is our cat, Luna.
Hi, Luna. Hi, Luna. Say hi, hi, Katie. No, a little bit, yeah. Say hi, Katie. There you go. Yeah, not much head on that. Honestly,
No.
don't even see too much carbonation with it. We'll see how that is. That's, again, that is black. Just black. Like, I'm looking at it through the light, and you cannot even, like, there's no brown. And look, you can even see through the bottle now. That's brown bottle.
That is.
Okay, so this is, again, a pecan mud.
It
Imperial
smells
Stout.
very sweet. A very, very, very sweet aroma.
Yeah, very sweet aroma.
I do get the pecan in the aroma.
Holy crap.
That is good.
Okay,
I'm going to take a second.
I'm going to start this off by saying I don't like how the industry has gone to, you know, do so many things dessert style. Like, you'll find everything made into a dessert or whatever as far as beers and stouts and things go at this point. And I don't know.
There are a few exceptions.
It takes away from it. I think there are a few exceptions. And obviously there's always a couple combinations that are always good. The CBS, the KBS by Founders, those are great.
Ooh, creme brulee.
Creme brulee stouts
Southern Tier.
by Southern Tier.
Yeah.
They usually do a pretty good job at theirs as well. But this is, you get the pecan on the nose, you get the pecan on the taste. The mud portion, there's a lot of chocolate flavor in that too. There's a lot of chocolate flavor.
It's very, very thick.
It is.
I think that is to its benefit.
Again, really no carbonation. It's kind of funny.
Not even something I noticed offhand, but carbonation is very light. Very light.
That is a really good beer. Really sweet.
I almost feel like the chocolate is so...
The chocolate's heavy.
It is. I almost feel like it almost tastes a touch... I don't want to say it tastes like coffee. It does not. But it almost has a little bit of...
It's got a cocoa to it.
Right. A raw cocoa nib instead of like the sweetness you get from it is more the pecans, not...
Well, I mean,
that's just me personally.
For me, I taste that chocolate and pecan first and foremost.
Right.
When that's dwindling with that stout, I honestly think they used a very fine ingredient such as like a very dark chocolate or a cacao, very high cacao amount of chocolate to make that.
I'd be interested to look into that.
It's got a bit of a creamy taste with it as well.
Yeah.
Which comes with that mud they call the pecan mud.
That is a really, really good beer.
I think with more carbonation, that'd be one of my favorites.
Yeah?
You still get the bourbon barrel age. That's definitely on the tongue.
See, I almost feel like having lesser carbonation is to its benefit.
You think so?
I think maybe because psychologically you hear mud to hear, like, I mean, I know that comes with the creamy, chocolatey, like, but it feels nice and thick and muddy in a good way. Muddy in a good way.
Oh, I do apologize. Upon first smell, you do get the bourbon barrel age in that smell as well. It is in the taste. It's not so heavy prominent that you're like, wow. I think the flavoring actually covers it up a touch. which is kind of sad. But they did do it in fresh emptied barrels. I do know that, which is pretty cool. It's not like they were, just dry sitting around and they just chucked them in. So.
If you let it sit on your palate a little longer, you can get a little bit more of that bourbon flavor. You really have to let it soak because it is so forward with the pecan and chocolate.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely there. I think without it, just as a regular pecan, just as they're non-bourbon barrel aged, I don't think it would be hitting quite as high for me. Then again, I do like the taste of bourbons and whiskeys. But I suppose we'll finish this up and give you a final review. Alright, so upon further investigation and drinking, I think we've come to our conclusion.
Yeah.
So, this Omnipollo AON Pecan Mud Bourbon Barrel Aged. Yes, I had to look at the paper for that because it's quite long.
Say that 3 times fast.
It's really good. It's really good. I feel like it definitely lives up to its style points. It's crafted very well. It's really it's sweet, not overtly sweet. It's thick, but it's not so thick that you're like, wow, I'm drinking a very sugary stout, because it's caught by that bourbon barrel aging. It's super complex. Like, I'm still trying to figure out a couple of the notes that I feel like I'm missing, but they're definitely there. The cacao is very heavy on it. The pecan is heavy on it. The chocolate is there. The cream is there. The bourbon is there. I mean, you can tell that Omnipollo really put a lot of thought into how they did this. You really can, just by drinking it. And that's impressive, because sometimes, I mean, you'll drink something that, like, some brewer may have put a ton of thought into, and you're just like, this is a piece of crap.
It didn't work.
Like, what were you thinking? Like, this is overcomplicated, or, whatever. This isn't. This is beautifully balanced. There's nothing that's like...
If they were right, and it really is a limited release for set to the United States, I understand why it took this long.
Well, no, I was told it was the first U.S. import.
Shipment of this particular beer.
Yes.
If that is true,
the bourbon barrel aged, of course, not the regular, because
itself.
The regular I have found has been available stateside. I just haven't found it. That's
and
all.
If we do find it, we will absolutely grab it up and review that for you, so we have something to compare it to.
Absolutely.
But I really hope they keep putting this out, because more people need to try it.
Yeah, if you can find a bottle. I paid $10.99 a bottle. They didn't have it in 4s or 6s because they only got one case of it. Find a bottle. It's really good.
So if you see this pretty little Mr. Happy face, look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about. Little Miss Sunshine, Mr. Happy. Like, it looks just like him.
Alright, so I'm going to get a little closer, because you guys should see the branding. But let's see, we've got this guy here, and there's the name. Omnipollo AON Pecan Mud. Again, it's Swedish. It's funny because their regular pecan mud that's not bourbon barrel aged, they call like Noah. It's like backwards. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, we'll see if we can get our hands on one of those, and let's compare it at some point. But it's going to be hard. Definitely hard. Unless somebody wants to send me one. then I'd be okay with it. Because it's a lot less harder to find that one. Last sip, not even gonna lie. It's a little like murky, I want to say.
Some sediment almost?
A little bit of sediment, but it really adds that like creamed mud. Like you get that right there.
And please know that every time throughout this video, mud is really meant as a good thing. Yeah. It's not.
Oh yeah.
it's
I'm right around a 4.5, 4.6.
I was at a 4.6. In my mind, I said it's a 4.6. And I really almost said 4.7.
Okay.
Just because it is that good. And I'm a little bit harder to please when it comes to beers, not because he has.
And I'm just really nitpicky when it comes to beers.
This is a really good beer.
This is fantastic.
I am giving it a solid 4.6.
I can't decide. So I'm going to have to go with a 4.55. Yes, it rounds up to 4.6. I get it. All right. But
Wife's always right.
That's a solid 4.55. Like, if you're looking for a stout and you're looking for a bourbon barrel-aged stout, you need to try this. You need to find it. Seek it out. Also, if you get a chance, if you ever find, there was one made by the Jolly Pumpkin, a sour stout. Get it.
You won't be disappointed.
You won't be disappointed.
I promise.
Sour stouts are extremely rare to find. I've asked almost every distributor around me. Can't get one.
One thought he was going to be able to, wrote it down, told us to come in. Went in, he was just like, they didn't even, the guy they got it from, they didn't even know. They couldn't, it is rare.
But I'm going to try and get at least one of those before, winter's out. Right now we're sitting here and I just got done with yard work. It's towards the end of the season, but I'm going to try and get one of those. I really want to review one. But this is a great beer.
If you get your hands on it,
Omnipollo,
absolutely.
Like, you took your time with this. And it shows. It doesn't show, it tastes. You can taste everything there. And I know you guys have other beers around. I don't currently have access to them, but I can try to gain access to the other ones you have stateside. But damn, that was good. From a basement on the Shire.
Always drink responsibly.
Don't drink and drive.
We'll see you next time.
Don't drink underage.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.